Hello, everybody. Welcome to my review for The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 7, Stradivarius. Now, before this episode aired, I wasn't really sure what Stradivarius was going to mean. Because, these titles mean something. They're not just random words thrown together or just random words picked out of a hat or made up or whatever. It was indeed for Luke's violin. So that was pretty cool. Horrible that the violin was basically murdered, but that was pretty cool. Like, this guy is clearly he's like a musical Eugene. He's not a fighter. He's not leadership. He's more of like that mellow, like keep the peace type guy. He's just really shoving walkers. He's not really fighting them. That whole deal. But I thought the episode was good. Kudos to Michael Cudlitz. Much respect, much love from the fans. Obviously, it's always difficult, going from acting to directing, especially when you've been off the show for basically 2 seasons. 2.5 by the time he actually got around to directing an episode. So, I thought it was very well done. Focus wasn't really that split. It wasn't jumpy. It didn't do too much. It was true to the show, true to the direction that the show is going in right now, and I loved it. I loved all the stuff with Daryl and Carol, and now Daryl's sort of back into the fold now. He was, off on his own, looking for Rick, never found a body, so he's really determined to find Rick. He has a dog, so yay. Dog does not have a name. He just calls him Dog. Either he just likes to call him Dog, or that is actually his name. Very interesting. Sort of like that band that's just called The Band. No disrespect. I like their music. I've been meaning to listen to more of them, actually. But this is not a review of the band. This is The Walking Dead. Just drawing similarities between 2 different mediums, that's all. So he's sort of a hermit. He has these traps set up to keep walkers at bay. Carol basically tries to bring him back to the fold. Obviously something has happened. There's a rift between Hilltop and Alexandria, and Kingdom's apparently like such bad disrepair. So I don't know what their status of relations is with anybody. I think it's pretty good. So, but something went down between Alexandria and Hilltop. I'm not sure what. It doesn't seem like they're at each other's throats right now, but something happened in addition to what we've seen. Yes, we know Maggie didn't really agree with Rick, but neither did Daryl. So, and Maggie didn't kill Negan like she was initially set on, and now she's hanging out with Georgie, listening to records and building a new community. Spoiler alert. So, I'll give you a thumbs up when... Actually, you know what? This is not a spoiler alert. It's speculation. I'm not talking about this from fact, but anybody... I haven't read up to this point in the comics yet, but I am aware of it. The New World Order storyline. I believe that is what is going on with Maggie and Georgie, and we will see them again later on. Maggie has basically been confirmed that she's not gone, but open-ended. They could never bring her up again, just like Rick could never be in the show again. At this point he isn't, but we don't know. We don't know what the future holds. I would love to see them both back in the show again. Maybe Rick takes a break and then Andrew Lincoln takes a break and then comes back. Who knows? But they purposely left Maggie's open-ended. But they announced that months ago. Rick, they were making it seem like he's done forever, like they're killing him off, and that's it. But he's not dead. People think he's dead in the show, but he's not. But so we have the stuff with Carol, Daryl, and Henry. They're trying to get him to go back. Henry follows Daryl at night. Daryl's going to find the dog. They get into a scrape. They both kind of help each other out and save dog. And Daryl does, in fact, accompany them to Hilltop. And they are going to go look for Eugene. Which leads me to the next point. Rosita gets away from the Whisperers, sends off a flare. Aaron and Jesus go find her. Who the two of them were doing a little sparring match, so that was pretty cool. But so big twist for me anyway. Jesus is now in charge of Hilltop. I was going into this episode thinking it was Tara or Enid because Michonne said, "I will talk to her," referring to the leader of the Hilltop. So I was like, oh, okay. Since Maggie's gone, it's either Tara, probably Tara, since Enid's running the infirmary pretty much. And she seems to be a full-fledged Dr. Enid, or Nurse Enid, whatever direction they went with it. But she's basically taking on the role of the Hilltop Doctor. And I'm guessing Siddiq's just back at Siddiq's back at Alexandria. He's on the council, so. But Michonne, that's how distant they were from the Hilltop. Michonne didn't know Maggie left. So Jesus is now in charge, but he's away from the Hilltop more than he's at the Hilltop. There's complaints about kazoos, he's listening to records. Tara's doing a lot of public appearances. But it's nice. It's cool to see Jesus and in this role doing sort of what Maggie would want. And it's nice to see that Maggie is really kind of taking a journey to work on herself after everything went down, looking for, initially trying to kill Negan, but decided against it, and then we never saw her again. Didn't say where she was going. We now know she is with Georgie, so that is confirmed. But, what else? So Henry's going to become a blacksmith in training, which, if anybody knows the comics, is probably setting up a friendship/relationship with Lydia of the Whisperers. Spoiler alert. This is Carl's role in the comics, but since Carl is no longer with us in the show, that role is going to go to Henry. I am just spitballing. And as far as the main leader who's really going to step up the way Rick does against the Whisperers, I'm honestly not sure. Honestly, it could be Daryl, but he'd always shied away from leadership. He didn't want to be around the Sanctuary, which I understand, but he didn't want to lead them, so Carol kind of stepped up temporarily until they went rogue and eventually got burned by Carol, literally. So round and round it goes. My bet's gonna be on Michonne, but it really could be Carol. I think it's honestly gonna be Carol because of, Henry's her son. And if Henry is indeed this involved, I think Carol would be the one to be stepping up the most. But I'm saving that for my predictions, even though I don't think we'll be seeing Alpha for a while. We might see Beta. They're teasing Beta a little bit. We might see him in next week's episode, but it won't be like a formal introduction where I don't think, but who knows. Okay, so we covered Carol, Daryl Henry, stuff at the hilltop. Eugene's out there and left in a farm somewhere. They don't go look for him because they had to get Rosita back because the part of the herd was closing in. Okay, and then we have the stuff with Magnus group. They go back to their rig where they were attacked, where Judith rescued them, and it's basically turned over. It's completely destroyed. Luke's looking for his music, his instruments. Everybody else wants their weapons, which Michonne is refusing to give to them. She basically says, if you want your weapons, you're out here by yourself, without them. If you want to go to safety, we keep them. So they agree, and they keep on moving to Hilltop. They stop for shelter. Michonne's basically sneaking around. She comes upon Luke. He has his back turned to her. A little suspicious from her point of view, but I really don't think it's 100%. And he turns around. She cuts his violin in half, and she's like, "Oh, that's no big deal." But that's pretty cool. It almost reminded me of this Batman episode of this 1960s TV show with Catwoman try to steal I believe it might have been a Stradivarius violin. They had to open it at a certain altitude in a building because otherwise it would crack. Strings would just snap and everything, but I don't think this one's quite like that, but because he had it open, so now it's broken. So they reveal that Magnum was in a relationship with this Bernie, I think his name was, who died. They eventually find Bernie. It's sad. Michonne has to put him down. And this earned Michonne's trust in them, I think. I think this solidified Michonne's like, okay, these are not bad people. I'm going to give them a shot. We don't know if that shot's going to be with her or at the hilltop, but Sadiq kind of convinced her. Sadiq also said that Maggie's gone. I'm digging the slingshots. It's pretty badass, I'm not going to lie. But, what else? Anything else crazy that I want to talk about? No, just Luke can't kill walkers. He just shoves them and then lets everybody else take care of them for him. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this. Oh, actually, nope, I lied. I'm really curious what these scars mean with the X, because Michonne has one on her lower left part of her abdomen, and Daryl has one in the exact same spot. We found out this episode. So whatever that is, I'm assuming that's what really scarred Michonne and what really made her like this, where she just doesn't want to take people in and doesn't want to help people, things of that nature. But, so I'm going to give this one, because of the setup, I think it was very well done. I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. Walker Kill of the Week is going to be the slingshot, so who's that? Kelly? I don't know. I don't know which one's Kelly, which one's Connie, but the one with the slingshot. That was badass. Top 5 moments. 5 is Daryl and his dog. 4 is Carol reuniting with Daryl. and all that stuff with Henry. 3 is finding out a little bit more about the Whisperers. 2, Jesus is in charge of Hilltop, and 1, a scene with earning Michonne's trust. So that's going to be it for this video, and I'll see you guys in a few for my predictions. So stick around for that. I hope you enjoyed this. I do have a lot to talk about in my predictions, so comic book readers, you'll know what I'm talking about. People who don't, watch Sunday. Do yourself a favor and watch, because everybody's who's unsure about what's with the talking walkers, whispers. Pay attention and watch, because it's gonna get crazy. It's already started, but it's gonna get crazier. So enjoy, and use deuces.